Picture this. It's the late 1980s. The world is shifting. Technology is accelerating. Globalization is expanding. And people everywhere are searching for a roadmap to effectiveness in a rapidly changing world. Into this moment, Stephen R. Covey releases The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. The book explodes into a phenomenon, selling millions of copies, shaping leaders, businesses, and families for decades. It becomes one of the most influential self-help books of all time. But decades later, Covey returns with a follow-up, The 8th Habit. He argues that the old model is no longer enough. The 7 habits made you effective, but the 8th habit, he says, will make you truly great in a new knowledge worker age. So tonight, we ask the question, which is stronger? The timeless framework that taught generations to be proactive, purposeful, and principled, or the bold evolution that claimed to unlock human potential for a new century? This is the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People versus the 8th habit. The Habits Showdown begins. Round 1. The 7 Habits enters the ring. Covey's 7 Habits is more than a book. It's a manual for living. The habits move from private victory to public victory. Be proactive. Begin with the end in mind. Put first things first. Think win-win. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Sharpen the saw. These habits form a staircase of effectiveness, from self-mastery to interdependence to renewal. At its core, the 7 Habits is built on principles. It tells us success, ISNT, about tricks or hacks. It's about aligning your life with timeless values like integrity, responsibility, and mutual respect. For decades, these habits shaped leaders, families, and organizations worldwide. It's no exaggeration to say that the 7 habits built the foundation of modern personal development. Round 2. The 8th habit steps up, but then came the 8th habit. From effectiveness to greatness. Covey argued that while the 7 habits taught us to be effective, the new world demanded more. It wasn't enough to be efficient at work. We needed to find our voice and help others find theirs. The 8th habit is this: find your voice and inspire others to find theirs. In practice, it's about unleashing human potential in an era where creativity, initiative, and leadership matter more than obedience or efficiency. Covey reframes the challenge of the 21st century. It's no longer just about being effective. It's about being fulfilled, empowered, and enabling others to thrive. The clash. Effectiveness versus greatness. The 7 habits gave us structure. It's practical, clear, timeless. Anyone can pick it up and change their life by applying the principles step by step. The 8th habit is more aspirational. It's visionary. It takes the foundation of the 7 habits and aims higher, saying effectiveness is not enough. You must transcend into greatness. But here's the fight. The 7 habits is universal. It applies to students, parents, executives, communities. The 8th habit is contextual. It shines most in organizations, leadership, and collective transformation. The question is, do you want timeless habits or a call to higher leadership? Real-life examples: consider Satya Nadella, CEO of Microsoft. He embodies the 8th habit, finding his voice as a leader and inspiring an entire organization to rediscover its purpose. But think about a young college student learning discipline for the first time. For them, the 7 habits is the playbook that builds personal responsibility, focus, and effectiveness. One framework is foundational, the other evolutionary. The academic angle: the 7 habits has decades of validation, courses, workshops, organizations applying it worldwide. Its principles are deeply researched, blending psychology, philosophy, and leadership theory. The 8th habit is less tested but more ambitious. It integrates ideas from modern leadership, organizational development, and empowerment theory. The verdict: so who wins this habits showdown? If you're starting out, or if you need a clear, timeless roadmap to effectiveness, the 7 habits of highly effective people takes the crown. It's practical, structured, proven, but if you already live the 7 habits and you're looking for something higher, to lead, to inspire, to create transformation in others, then the 8th habit calls your name. In this fight, the 7 habits edges out for universality and clarity. It's the book that built the foundation, but the truth is, together, they form a staircase. The 7 habits makes you effective. The 8th habit challenges you to go beyond. A teaser, and in our next epic clash, we shift from personal habits to social intelligence. Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman versus Social Intelligence. 2 powerful books that ask, what matters more in human success? Mastering your own emotions, or mastering your relationships with others? That's the next fight, only on Book Fight Club, where the ideas clash.